Alright, now there are only 3 remaining. Ghost Town, Lucky Lake, Rainbow Summit. We're on to Ghost Town. Hired by a large amusement park chain, your task is to build them a giant roller coaster park around an abandoned mining town. You have to have 10 different types of roller coasters operating in your park, each with a minimum length of 1200 meters and an excitement rating of at least 700. Child's play. Let's do it. There's also expansion park, but yeah, I want this long play to actually have an ending, which is why we're only doing the beginner, challenging, and expert maps here from the base. Alright, Ghost Town. Huh. It's not nearly as big as what we had before, and yet we need to have 10 coasters of at least 1200. That's quite a bit. The excitement rating shouldn't be a problem. We've never faced difficulty with it before. I'm gonna do my best not to tear down the existing ghost town. It doesn't look that bad, right? Oh, I'm gonna already regret saying that. What I shall do, however, is make little spaces in the middle of it. Because I'm gonna want to have amenities here. There we go. Who are these guys? Oh, entertainers. First question, do I charge for park entry or rides? Rides. Perfect. Okay, well, let's do what we do. People are going to want toilets here. People are going to want information here. I'll let them get the kiosk there. Same price around the park for everything, including $2 million for an umbrella. Also, it is not free to go to the toilet in my park. You just don't get free in my park. It's not how it works. There are other things to consider. First of all, we've got to fund everything. Gentle rides, roller coasters, thrill, water, shops, stalls. Yeah, everything except for scenery is fine to me. I will want people getting ATMs after all. What do we have access to? Train, bleh. Lots of gentle rides. Oh, we can have quantum golf. Excellent. No one's going to want to ride it. Some roller coasters, Virginia Reel, Reverser, Wooden, Wild Mouse, Steeplechase. Not terrible, but we don't have excellent ones. We've got some decent flat rides starting off, including go-karts, which are pretty good for making that early dosh. So we'll make it happen. Splash boats. How is splash boats different to other things that we've done before? Oh well, it matters not. Let's just get this party started. That's what I want to say, but the layout needs some work here. What kind of road do we have? This kind of crumbly one. Okay, let's do it. Wait, am I on a time limit? I don't recall being on a time limit, so I'll just assume I'm not. Just want to give myself a lot of space to work with here, because it needs a lot of particularly large roller coasters. And I'm fine with that. There, get that done, and with so much done here, the initial amount of bins and benches should be plenty for everybody. I'm glad they're so cheap, means you can spam them with impunity. But I just want them done and out of the way so I'm not left worrying about them later on. Because boy, would I be worrying about them later on. It's not like I have infinite money to hire Gorillion staff members here to keep the park running for me. And that's it, just the bins, and we can go and actually start making a park here. And I'm looking forward to doing so because the lack of background music always makes me so nervous. Is nervous really the word? Maybe. It feels like the right word. There was somebody else recently that was streaming, and I'm going to assume it was Rusty, because I have to assume it was someone. It was either Rusty or Jagger. who said, "Now that I've streamed, I understand what you mean by not liking the lack of background noise." There we go. Right, let's start it out, get some flat rides going just so we have some music and some hustle and some bustle. The dodgems take up a disturbing amount of space, but I'll put them down anyway. I like it when my exits just go straight into the... did I even connect? Yeah, it did. I like it when it goes straight into the roads there. No extra road for them. It just feels right. And a bit of a helter-skelter as well. And yeah, let's just open up the park, get people in. I also want people buying their information at this part as well. There we go. Some people will be needed. A single mechanic should do it, and 6 handyman. Keep those flat rides a-coming. That's what the entire scenario missed last time. That ka-ching. I knew something just wasn't right. Without the ka-ching of money coming in, it's just not the same. Might as well not even have a game. Okay, we should have some go-karts going as well. And it really doesn't need to be a particularly incredible go-kart experience from what I can tell. People seem willing to pay for whatever here. Give it an entrance, and give it an exit right into the exit there, or right onto the path there. Just one lap, because I'm really, really nasty. And of course, you gotta pay. Now come on in. And they're going for it straight away, which is a good sign. How can I not have quantum golf? It would be an affront to nature not to have quantum golf. And it'll be the first ride that they can see when they come in. That kind of blocks things off uncomfortably largely. There we go. How much to enter quantum golf? Oh, it's real cheap. That sucker actually went on it. What did you think about quantum golf? Even the thoughts are on a quantum level. Alright, any more for any more. I haven't had the maze here for some time and I want it back. The thing is, it's just such a glutton for taking up space. But it doesn't break down, it's got that going for it. Of course, we'll allow everybody into here. Maze mode. What other mode can you have for this thing? There we go. At least the people floating around here will have something that they can do. Oh, and a crummy merry-go-round as well, I suppose. Don't worry, I know they're not operational yet. There we go. Open and no. Can't have music for the maze, that's sad. Not that many amenities here, are there? Did I even give people something to drink? I mean, other than that, they're a little low on options, aren't they? Okay, that's fun, but let's have some actual roller coasters going here. Oh wait, I haven't built Enterprise. Enterprise is good. Let's just immediately go back on our word. Well, I think Enterprise is alright. I could be well wrong. I won't claim to know this game particularly well yet. You could always make a straight line maze and call it Quantum Maze. Well... time for custom design. How does this even work? I don't know. I just don't know. Does that even work? Can they even get through that? Surely not. It doesn't look like they can. There we go. Alright, I think I understand how it works now. Quantum Maze is open for business. Not sure anyone's going to want to do anything with that, but there you go. I want to go in something more thrilling than Quantum Maze. Let's make sure it's saved up. Quantum Maze next to Quantum Golf, where people have not really had any thoughts about it. Right, actual roller coasters, which are going to require some actual money. How much money can we... Oh, we do not get a lot of dosh for this assignment. Well then, let's look at the roller coasters we have and do something good with it. Wooden spinning wild mouse. The spinning wild mouse is kind of easy to make some quick bucks on. I mean, Jings, we didn't put a lot of effort into it and we had a decent one going last time. I'm just going to have the small ones right now. There's no point making the enormous coasters just yet. At least that's what I choose to believe here. Yeah. So up we go. And down we go. Shouldn't need being chained up just yet. Actually, that kind of whoosh whoosh is probably going to hurt people quite a bit. After all that speed as well. I'm not on the big intensity place, but intensity means dosh. Let's not forget that. Spinning control toggle. Are they not spinning by default here or something? Alright, that looks potentially good enough to me, except I didn't give it any space for a queue, which is really quite bad. But I have a solution for that. I don't have much of a solution for that. Nah, I do. I really do. Good lord, let me delete things. Why is it so hard to click in this game? What did I even do there? I'll be honest, I don't know. Let's just again try to delete this stuff and fail. I think that's what I was trying to do. Let's get it tested, make sure it's not, you know, awful for everybody, and then try to make some easy dosh. It's the quantum queue. Not everything's quantum. This feels like it sometimes. I'll get those seats and bins back. I noticed I got rid of them. Doesn't seem that bad. Well, it's very high, but that could still be good for people. It'll allow me to charge buckets of ducats for the ride, no doubt. There we go. Open for business. Now please come along and buy everything. Next up, Virginia Reel. Virginia Reel's not too shabby. Oh, but the lack of music is shabby. Let's get this going. Okay, good. Somebody wants to buy it. That's good enough for me. Just a shame we don't have on-track photo sections for it. Wooden roller coaster. I find it pretty hard making small, compact, yet decent enough wooden roller coasters in this game. But that's all on me. How's the Quantum Maze doing? Let's see. Well, it's had 19 customers, each paying £1 each, so it's turning a profit. That's better than the Quantum Golf that's had 10 customers. And I assume that one said Quantum Golf is really good. I'm liking that people are willing to pay for the go-karting, though. Alright, again, there's no need to make this one anything too complicated. Let's just get some speed going and enjoy a nice ride. Can't do anything special, can't do anything special at all, which is a crying shame. There we go. Sometimes you just got to accept that okay is good enough. I forget, can the Virginia Reel crash? I don't think so. I've had it go pretty fast and not explode. But there's a little bit in my head that says, Jake, it explodes, so I'm unsure what to think there. Round and round it goes, and the stats aren't too outrageous, so that's good enough to open in my book. Of course, one must charge an appropriate tithe. Woo. Appropriate. And there's the reverse roller coaster. This one can crash. We've certainly made it crash before. It's just so fulfilling having rides that people actually pay for. That's what was missing so much from the last campaign. I feel like this one's going to take up too much space to do what I want to do with it. I need small coasters that can fit around here. Perhaps the water coaster. I wonder if I can make a really small crap water coaster here. Oh well, don't doubt for a second that I can make a crap water coaster, but it needs to be profitable. Yay, big splash, big splash. Take a photo of it. I already think this sucks so much. Get way up, maybe, and then have a bit of borderline threatening speed here. And yeah, I'm not banking my turns. What of it? I want people to get excited. Might just be able to get back in here. Hey! This could be the next big thing. Needs an entrance granted and of course an exit. Let's test it out. Alright, the speed. I don't know why you would ever not want the chain lift to be as fast as possible. I imagine it helps with throughput. Down and round it goes, and I think it has pretty good capacity. Those things seat 6 a pop. Decent enough. Charge 8 smackaroos and open it for business. And of course, people need to buy my £3.50 on-ride photos. Pretty good. I'm probably just getting the vertical Gs that are needed. What I had up previously and don't have now, sadly, is the thing that tells me the minimum requirements for each ride. But I am assuming I'm hitting everything here, otherwise the excitement would be much lower for this. And people are happily paying £8 for it. I don't like this minimum wait time. I'm sure we can do without it. Yeah, risky, but sure. This is how collisions happen. Okay, what else we got going for us? None of these things really appeal for building. Wooden roller coaster seems like the first thing I can reasonably make long and exciting, because I can use all the space that we have around here. This is where the roller coaster's going to have to stick out for their length, I dare say. What's the god-awful music? It's both irritating and putting me to sleep, says Tiger King. It's the summer-style music from Spiral Slide. Let's wake you up with some ragtime music. Vertical drop, huh? Needs to be very long. I'm going to need to work up a bit of dosh if I'm going to make anything that's particularly long. That's why I'm making these shorter but far less exciting rides. At least that's why I'm telling myself I'm doing it. I suddenly don't like where you are, Enterprise. You're taking up too much space that I need for coasters. Should have let those guys go first, shouldn't I? Oh well. I'm sure they'll figure it out. Look, if you're nauseous, go take a seat, buddy. Oh god, their nausea is increasing? Did I ever give people a first aid stall? Well, I would if I had access to them, but I do not. Don't want anybody struggling to find the toilet, so I'll knock a couple of those down. How are people feeling in general, though? Very sick. People are out of cash. Virginia Rule was great. Da 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 da. Okay. We got something new here. Was it the pirate ship or was it the inverted swinging ship? They look so similar, but I think the inverted one is the new one. I never feel like there's a particularly good place to put this. It's not a good thing. Still, I'm liking the money pouring in. Not pouring in. I did take out a big loan to make it happen. I might as well be flat broke. Have I ever done steeplechase? I don't know. I had something that looks like I had. Steeplechase 453. Takes up quite a bit of space. I don't like it. I will tell myself that I can do better. But where does it go? How does it slot into everything? I'll just mash it down here and see what happens. Give it a bit of... Yeah, let's just go with this. I can't bank my turns here, so this is going to take up more space than I truly want it to. This is not very space efficient at all. wonder if it still has the speed to do something like this. There. It looks really terrible if I'm being honest. See how it performs. Speeding up the game to test out my rides is not so pleasant now because I don't have infinite money, so spending that time is chewing into my everything. But it seems like a good enough ride to charge a few dollars for, and open her up. So we're starting to make something resembling Dosh, which is good. Remember, you need 1.2 kilometers long rides for the scenario, says Marvin. I remember. We're just trying to make a bit of money and get a few guests before I can start investing in that. And if it means I have to tear down these rides to make space for long rides, then so be it. These guys need to serve their purpose first, though. Glad people are paying so much money to ride my crummy rides, though. Feels pretty great. What I should be doing is making more money out of them, though. With souvenir everythings. And some additional food. Guests will be getting thirsty, no doubt. Ah, they're queuing up around the bend to ride the spinning wild mouse. Let's not have any minimum downtime. Just jam them on fast as you can. It's more like it. These coasters look rubbish. And also, this isn't even half the length I'd need for one of the roller coasters to succeed for this level. I imagine you just weave long rides through the existing ones. Sure, make it sound so easy, but this isn't a ton of space for the 7 rides that I need to do that. The 10 rides I need to do that, and they need Excitement 7. Guests are complaining about the disgusting state of the paths in your park. Check where handymen are. Organize them better. Actually, where is it disgusting? Looks pretty good to me. Okay, around here, people are not feeling so good. I'd love to give them medical facilities, but we don't get those. So let's just hire some more handymen. And let's grab one such handyman and tell him to just patrol around here. Because this is where the mess is. These coasters are way too big to be decent for my needs. Still like boat hire, but we don't have any natural water. I'd have to create some, and that's pretty expensive, so I'm not willing to do that just yet. Splash boats, though. I haven't built those yet, and I really should. Oh, I got something. No, this isn't really space to do it, is it? This could be considered space to do it. But it might be a bit difficult to get it back in. Unless I start it elevated. Which is probably a good idea. Raise or lower the land first. Oh dear. Well, as long as we get some altitude out of you, it's all good. You don't get all the money back. That's just crummy. This is costing a lot of money. Most unfortunately so. Alright, down we go. I mean, pretty big splash time here. Oh wait, no, it can go further down, faster down. Splash. Photo time. I'm wondering if I really want more than that, and the answer is not really. Get the entrance. The exit might be a bit more tricky, but I'll figure it out once we have the entrance. I'll figure it out, he says. Because he figured it out. That was easy. I'll just open it up. There's no way this thing can mess up. Oh, but the question is the cost, and it's surely worth at least a tenner. Oh, at least. Jake, just make 10 1.2 kilometer long neck snappers. They don't need to actually function, no. They need to have high excitement, and intensity usually eats away from excitement. That wasn't a problem in the last campaign where we had infinite money, and people wanted to ride high intensity stuff anyway. But here, excitement is going to be what's needed. Alright, the ride seems to be doing okay right now. People are still riding them after all. I'm curious to see how this one's doing, but it's such low capacity right now. Well, everybody that enters here is forced to consider going into it, so that's good enough. All those empty boats have already flown by. That's what minimum waiting time will do for you. But now they'll get in and gladly pay. The fact that they're gladly paying makes me feel bad about it. What also makes me feel bad is that people have no bloomin' money. They need to pay me all their dosh. Pay off your loan, get rid of the entrance payments. Loan really doesn't cost a lot of money. How much am I paying in interest here? Like a couple hundred a month? It's next to nothing. But you are right, though. It is the correct thing to do to pay off as much of it as I can. Liking this money coming in. Liking it a lot. Our selection of roller coasters is bloomin' awful, though. Right, can I make a roller coaster worth having here yet? I can have a wooden roller coaster that goes up and deals with some of this. Is it worth making it long enough to... You know what, I could try having our first of these. 1.2 kilometers long, or was it 1.5 kilometers long? 1.2, excitement 7. Yeesh. It's frightening stuff. It can do this, right? Do it. You have the power. Well, spirals will certainly give me the speed that I need, but if I want spirals, I'm going to need to actually have some speed to put them to use. How exciting. Not really sure that's going to be fast enough for people to go, yay, but we'll see. Yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, it's still going places. Remember, this thing needs to be long. And it's hard to know how long it is until you've finished building it as well. All that height, and Jake denies the guest their drop. Hey, we're not done with this ride yet. Don't you worry, girly. How high can I get them off of this? Okay, about that high, so not high at all, really. It's getting gay expensive, you know. And difficult to see, what with all these supports in the way. That doesn't make it much easier, but okay. Get to get those on-ride photos done as well while we're at it. Just sneak our way back through. And let me think. Is that gonna make it? Or is it not gonna make it? I just cleaved right through that. That wouldn't be one of my rides if it didn't have a boring ending. Put on a bit of brakes. Yeah, figures. Alright, how is that? I'm guessing pretty amazing. Sounds like we've got Donkey Kong Country music going on at the side there. Alright, give it a test. Tell me it's amazing, please. Boring ending is better than next snap ending. Correct. Takes up a lot of space. Hope it doesn't blow. I took out a big loan. Well, no, we're all right money-wise for now. The G's aren't killing anybody just yet. Oh, ooh. I think I forgot some brakes. Now we get boring and next snap ending. I don't like that effect on excitement, not at all. Oh, I forgot the water. Well, water splash will slow them right down. Now we S-bend right and go down. And if we still need brakes, then there's our brakes. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. I mean, it's just a tiny little amount of incredible G's. Oh yeah, that is excellent. People are going to want to pay, oh, I don't know, everything to ride my ride. What? Alright, all aboard. I think it's time to advertise this sucker. No, not free ride. Well, you can get free rides on the merry-go-round. Go for it. Go nuts. Free food at the Candy Floss place. Let's advertise the park and advertise our new wooden roller coaster. Jay gets 230 meters too short. Let's not worry about that. That can be extended later on. For now, what we have is a very profitable, exciting, intense roller coaster. Oh god, a lot of people don't want to go on it because it's too intense. I mean, sure, it's fairly intense, but just think of how good it is. There we go. Got people queuing up for it, so I know there's demand. Ah, that's good money. Besides, if I wanted length on it, what would I do for it? I'd probably get rid of... I'd get rid of this... No, that's going up, not down. It goes up. I'd probably exchange this down bit for just a whole load of helixes. To squeeze out the length. Alright, well that thing... With that thing hopefully printing out money, I now have access to Spiral Roller Coaster. I don't really know how best to build this thing. Let's hold off you for just now. Whilst I watch and hope this thing continues to print money. That looks good. I just need people that are real thrill seekers to get on it. The nausea rating is sadly high. What's also sad is the very low amount of stalls that we have access to. I don't have my beloved souvenir stall either. Is everybody still riding all of my crummy coasters, by the way? Virginia Reel looks like nobody wants to get it. I'm not paying. Okay, so it's no longer the hot new thing. People don't want to pay the big bucks for it. Potentially the same for some of these other things. That doesn't look like it. You can check by profit. Right, who's not making money? The Virginia Reel, of course, and Quantum Golf is just... it's charming. Well, someone just paid to get on. 228 people per hour. Honestly, extending the ending would make the coaster look a lot better. Which coaster? You mean the... yeah, you probably do mean this one. I'm not happy with all the real estate that these two coasters are taking up, but I need to make more. 10 roller coasters is a hell of an ask. Not that it has to do much, really. It just has to go up, spiral around, and come down. That's not outrageous. Do they go individually? Let's see. No, so I'd probably be able to do the old ups-a-daisy trick. Well, I'll be damned. Oh, but it can't support the rails that supports this high. Oh well. There's no reasonable way to believe you're going to make that. But you do. Alright, I'll take it. Okay, no longer any reason to believe it. This lumpy, bumpy terrain does not help matters. Well, yeah, it's not all that bad. It lets me get some extra height while I'm up here. Let's just use that for what it's worth. Get a tight corner down here, and just start bringing this thing right down to get some actual speed. It's a bit gutting that I have to do this to make up the length. I don't want to do it that way, but if it demands such long tracks, then length I must provide. Come on, sunshine, you can do it. Oh wait, what? Now you're struggling. I'm sure it'll be fine if they're all four carts. And we'll make sure they're all 4 carts. Now getting you back in there. This thing doesn't do tight cornering so well, but oh well. Alright, that's an abomination. Let's put it together. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. There will be no 3, and so there's no need to worry about it making that suspicious ascent. And there's no way it's long enough. If the wooden coaster wasn't long enough, then this one would be. God, look at how rickety that thing is. Ah, we're the tidiest park in the country, at least. Through here either. Clunk. Okay. I think we have this stuff getting in the way. Like everything that gets in the way, it's gotta go. That's pretty awful. It's really quite awful. Still, in the interest of actually getting some money going, let's have it opened up. Also want to make sure that people are actually paying for all of our rides right now. Things can get old and undesirable, like steeplechase. No one wants to spend that much to go on the old steeplechase, so let's drop the price down to about 7 quid. How people can't afford spinning mouse. They probably ride it otherwise. Sorry, money will solve all of our problems, and we're certainly getting the money. Virginia Real's nowhere near as popular as it once was, which is pretty sad for me as well. And thinking about it, 10 roller coasters. I'll probably wait until people stop paying the astronomical amount to ride the wooden roller coaster, and then I will change it up. I don't know if changing it up will make it seem like a brand new roller coaster to people. Probably not. But at least it'll be fulfilling the demands for this campaign. Yeah, this is awful. I'm going to have to tear down U to make space for things. Might even have to tear down the water flume for the to make use of the area. But it makes good money. Who's making all the money for us, though? Wooden roller coaster and the splash boats. Pretty tied for it. The splash boat's doing a tremendous job, even though it's so simple. It's just up, up some more, big splash, small splash, and that's it. Compared to it, the water coaster's just not doing the same. Even though I'd say it looks like the more interesting ride. You get small splash, a bit of speed, and a couple of splashes. Well, I'm not the one that has to ride them. I haven't done vertical drop coaster. Oh, we have the wooden wild mouse. It's pretty easy to make a wild mouse since it's so small. However, if we want it to work for this, it needs to be extremely long. I have a feeling I can do that. But where is it going to be situated? I have a feeling I can do something with this. Yeah, these bumps make it really difficult to know just how high I can make everything. Okay. We reach the top like this, what are we gonna do? Well, be space efficient, I suppose. The nice thing about this coaster is I can be fairly space efficient by keeping it tight like so. But again, how long is long enough with this thing? Who's to say even? Oh dear. Let's not have those supports. Oh, that doesn't help at all. Not at all. That just makes it very confusing to me. What are the map goals? 10 rides of 1.2 kilometers long and 7 excitement each. We have 0 out of 10 so far. It's going to be a journey, I think. Nothing too extreme so far. It's not going to clear this, though. Goodness me, this ground is painful to work with. And again, the supports are apparently just not there for us. I wonder how you're expected to know how long these things are. It's a difficult one to tell. Right, you very slowly make your way around here, and then down you go. Oh good, you're still making it, albeit barely. I think at this point I could probably wrap back into myself here. The mine shaft is in the way. Is it now? I could probably get an excitement bonus if I went through the ground, but I think I'll save that for if excitement bonus is needed here. Looks pretty exciting to me. Oh, that would be a neck snap if I did anything cruel here. How do I bring you to a satisfactory end here? We've got all this speed we need to get rid of. Oh, well, maybe not as much speed as I'd thought. It's not a difficult ride to make, but I'm also saying it's not the most exciting ride in the game to make. Alright. Heavens knows if this is going to work. But it's a ride, no one can deny us that. Ah, my favourite, the suspended swinging coaster is now available. We couldn't get the intensity, I'm sure we can get the excitement. Don't forget photos, Jake. We can't have photos on this ride. It's regrettable, I know. Okay, well, impressively, it actually manages to finish. Ooh, it's got a lot of G's, probably too many G's. Oh, dear God. What? Lateral G's, but where? Also, it's hard to know which part of the ride we're looking at. That must be a neck snap moment. No, wait, it's lateral G's. Yeah, must be a neck snap moment. But where? Where did it just make a turn? Yeah, it must be a tight corner after a dip, but good luck finding where. This will be easier if I close the thing fully and then retest it, and then I follow along with one of them right here. Da-da-da-da-da. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Nice and calm. Drop down, up we go. Nice gentle curve. More gentle. Okay, that curve right there is a problem. So that's something we need to fix, but there was another part, right? Really? The part at the end? Okay, so 2 parts need to be fixed. Hopefully that deals with that incredibly low everything. Oh god, and it's not long enough either? That is the insulting part. It's just over half the length it needs to be. Only missing 500 meters. I mean, I could have it go along here for 500 very unexciting meters. Alright, bit of a shame that this is the problem. Well, one of the problems at least. Yeah, I'm sorry, merry-go-round, but your days are numbered. Will that really be okay, though, like that? Probably not. I'd need to get rid of this this bit of station platform there. That deals with some of it, and then there was... ah, crumbs, I've forgotten which was the other neck snapper. Probably here, right? Yeah, I remember it being right before that raise. Okay. It can be dealt with. I mean, length is what I need after all. Now, this is the uninteresting part that really needs to be elongated. And if that means doing this, then that means doing this. It's what the people want. Is it gonna have the speed to do everything else it needs to do here? Alright, try that on for size. Whee! And more. Better. Ah, oh, come on. I'm going to guess it's still not long enough. Haha, says Maths Master. Well, good for you. You're completely correct. It has the excitement, but the intensity is still too high. How can the intensity be high? It doesn't do anything anymore. I killed all the intensity in the ride. Gotta lower those G's. I don't want to, though. This is a bit disgusting. I gave it all of this and it's not enough. Still, 10 is acceptable. 10, people will still ride for 10. We know that much from the last ride. And it still has the excitement that it needs. That sucker go. There we go. There's no possible way that that won't be long enough now. After this I need to check and make sure all my rides are still a-okay. Just looking at the spaghetti makes me feel nauseous, says Nana. I would hope that the speed or the lap... Yeah, great, perfect even. That is open, and you know what? It's also costing 20 bucks to ride. Speaking of, people are not willing to pay the expensive cost of the wooden roller coaster anymore, which means it's a good opportunity to elongate it by another 230 meters. It has a lot of speed coming towards the end here. It does the loop-de-loop. I think shortly after the loop-de-loop it should do some more exciting things before coming towards this end. Well, exciting might be a bit of a push. I think I have good space to do something here. Can I have it not be large but be small? Oh yeah, this is what people wanted. Okay, I can still get past you. That's what they were crying out for. There we go, it's as new. Come one, come all. Well, spirals are the way to make up space, make up distance without taking up loads of space. I think they're hideous, frankly. I'm not a big fan of spirals on roller coasters. I like loops, I like inversions. I like just steep drops, but spirals are just... You deleted the photo spot, Jake. No! Well, it's on test mode right now, right? If by test mode we mean live testing. Excellent. But yes, people should definitely be getting some photos while we're here. What's even the point if not? Groovy. Well, 2 out of 10. Wait. 2 out of 10. And I feel like it's using up 2/10 of the park as well. Alright, we're looking good financially, so it's time to tear down these complete disasters of theme parks. Of roller coasters, rather. Granted, they make money, but I'm unsatisfied with them. Very unsatisfied. Trying to make other better coasters. When I said closed, I meant closed. It must be really quite disheartening watching a roller coaster get dismantled. I saw some footage of... Oh, you, get out of here. I think it was the Gwazi getting shut down. It was some kind of wooden roller coaster, and they just tear the whole thing down savagely. Very disheartening. Okay, what could be done with all this space? I was hoping for the ultimate bobsleigh, but we don't have the bobsleigh unlocked. Flying roller coaster, spiral coaster, vertical drop coaster. I wonder if I even have the space to do a good bit of vertical dropping around here. Well, looks like we'll be able to get a lot done. Oh, they're going to want their photo after that. Holy mother of vertical G's, says Mark Chu. That'll be fine. Look, it's only at the start that they do the twisting. That's when the ride is at its slowest. This thing does helixes and vertical loops. Nice. I won't vertical loop it here because that's going to terrify people. But... tell you what they will like is helixing their way up from that. They're gonna make it. Okay, I want to thread the needle here. I can't not thread the needle. But how is it done? I just can't ever seem to work out. Well, not by going down, we know that much. I can get through like that, but I don't want to get through like that. I want to loop it. It's not going to have the speed to do that, is it? Oh well, we'll soon find out. I wonder how long that toilet bowl is. Okay, I have a feeling that this isn't going to be long enough. But what's built is built. Give it your all. Can't wait to see what happens when two carts go through the loop at the same time. Oh, some people get a free haircut. So, ups a daisy. Oh man, not many people riding the Virginia Reel these days. It's not because of the cost though. Way and then round and yeah. Might be a bit of vertical G's. Oh, might be a lot of vertical G's. That's close. That is dangerously close. It's what the people want, right? No, it's very not what they want. Huh. Looks like the enormous amount of vertical G's that they take down here is a problem. I can't imagine why. Let's watch it go and see what's happening then. Okay, it's right at that point. Apparently that's too swift a turn there. But that's not all of it. I think this is a bit too much for them as well. There's quite a bit to fix here, I think. Sharp downwards into sharp upwards kills people, apparently. Yeah! They're just being a bit pathetic. Alright. Knuckle too tall, I think. Can't quite remember how I did this. It was probably a pretty sharp turn around here. And then down, spin, 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 spin. Oh man, there's no excitement if people don't spin. Ah, wait, no, what if I spin them twice? And then from that, they come out. Ooh! And they can vertical loop their way through here. I'm gonna need the length on it anyway. Ah, crumbs. Alright, go the other way. Where are you even in relation to where I need you to be? But now they don't have the speed they need to get up the toilet bowl. Well, I assume they don't. Well, given that this is already an uncomfortable fit last time, I rather think they won't. Can you buy the land outside? Good question. The answer is I cannot buy any land. Well, they don't lose much speed on the toilet bowl, but the double loop is still probably going to be a problem. Well, potentially. Let's see what happens here. Oh wait, I'm looking at velocity. Oh. Safest park in the country. Lucky us. Alright, but it can still be fixed. And the fact is, they're able to get through this quite nicely, so I just have them come out of here, and then they do their vertical loop. What is the secret to doing this, though? I just don't understand. Evidently. That gets you through, so you'd surely think that we can just vertical loop you like so. I think there's a slight problem with crashing into myself when I do it that way. That does it rather nicely. And I should have the speed for that, given the distance from which we drop down. Once we have this done, though, I mean, I'm quite certain this isn't long enough. You know, this is the length that it takes for that. What's this? Well, it's an invitation for a toilet bowl. You just fell back down, didn't you? Why? No, you're still going up. It was just my eyes deceiving me. Looked like it was going in reverse. Okay, down we go. We make the first loop, easy peasy. Round we go. We make the second loop, easy peasy. There's a good thing I put in those little clackety-clacketies there. And now you go down an insultingly slow helix. And that's your lot. That might be a bit much to have that unbanked. Just adds to the excitement. Let's test it out. That hill will crash. Where's your faith, Marvin? Well, your faith is in that it's going to crash, I imagine. People are still paying for Splash Mountain here. It's good having Dosh. Whee! Not in that, the hill before the helix. What? What, here? It'll be fine. Not even seeing what the problem could be here. Oh, that unbanked. Ucha. Lateral G's are relatively fine until that last unbanked bend. I feel like it's even worse than before. Okay, these ones are too tight for the speed that we have. Okay. Our problem is in me trying desperately to squeeze this in together. There are better ways to do it. Probably. Yeah, I should probably fit it in more like that. Let's get down to ground level and take this nice and slow. After all, the photo thing can go anywhere. Does that actually connect up properly? Because I don't believe for 2 seconds that it does. Really? It's hard to see, but you know, look at the way those don't line up. Well, that actually does. Huh. Yeah, looks acceptable to me, but that was only one of them. This is another problem. But this is an easier problem to solve because I got loads of space to deal with it. I love this maze, but I think I'm gonna have to... No. Let's not sacrifice the maze just because you ain't got what it takes. I don't want to have fewer of these going just because of that, but it doesn't have that many going anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a big deal to just get rid of some of these. Alright, what do you think of that? Okay, how extreme do you feel now? Probably still very. I'll take it. Oh, and it's even longer than I need it to be. Well, that is number 3 right there. I don't have space to get my queue in. Here we go. There we go. She's all open for business. Oh, but she costs a bit of money to ride. I got rid of the photo segment. I remember now. Whoops. That is something that can't be lost. Watch as that just kills everybody. I can't afford it. Well, if we could just get some ATMs. No, oh well, when people are broke, they'll leave the park anyway, and that should leave Or that should create space for new paying customers. Oh, Virginia Rail's really coming down in the world. Make it a $5. God, that money flowing in is just perfect. I am ashamed of this coaster, but it's making good dosh. Let's see who's making the real money around here. Rides, profits, talk to me. Splash Boats is still the big winner. Quantum Golf, Vertical Drop, and Virginia Reel. Well, granted, it just opened. Okay, people can't afford it, but if they could, they'd be lining up for it, right? I really do need some ATMs around here. Perhaps I should... Oh, Giga Coaster's coming. Sweet. Once it's done with that, we'll get ourselves some... well, plow as much as we can into shops and like. Can you use multiple laps to lengthen the ride? No. It must be one loop of at least 1.2 kilometers. So it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 5 of these trains going at once. Very cool, but no one can afford the bloomin' thing. I guess the high intensity is probably turning off a few people as well, but... Okay, no. No, some of these guys are ready to pay. Good. Very good. How do people feel about the park overall, though? So many people low on cash. Well, perhaps they can be less low on hot dogs. And t-shirts. Well, 3 down, 7 to go. This took up a lot of space. I'm not very happy about that. And it's mostly this part that's offending me. Sticks out like a sore thumb. But it can be built around, so I guess we've got that going for us. Speaking of building around it, I should probably make my super exciting water coaster now. So let's close you down, and I shall make you and you. Same for Virginia Reel. It's done me very well, but I think it's time for it to go, and we'll use this space for new rides. It's sad, but that's the way of it. The old must make way for the new. Why would you enter a queue for nothing? Giga Coaster is ours. Right, that should be an easy win. Giga Coaster's very exciting and easy enough to make long. I don't think the water coaster will be easy to make long. Ooh, got some new stuff going on here. There's bound to be somebody that's tired of the ragtime music. So let's have jungle drums. Whilst we suss out how to do a 1.2 kilometer water coaster. No, not Pirate. Pirate was what was killing somebody earlier. Splashy Boats is great and all, but it's not a roller coaster. We have to make 10 different coasters. Where was my head at? You know, Virginia Reel would probably be better for the space that we have here. A roller coaster needs this kind of space. Alright, yeah, I've changed my mind. We'll have the Virginia coaster here. Virginia roller coaster, very hard to get the high stats that I want for it, though. The best pre-build is only 6 excitement, and I need 7. Not to mention, ride length of 300 meters, and we need so much more. Oh, well. How's this gonna go? Other than badly. That's what I'm looking for. I'm just trying to weave it into itself so that it doesn't take up too much space. These might be too slow for people to get too excited about. This is my problem. I'm not used to thinking about what people think is exciting or not. Don't like that so much. I need to kill a bit of that height before we make our turn. Must be fun going under a floating coaster. Hey, come on, they're all nicely supported. Okay. Let's come out to this area as well, because I sincerely doubt I'm going to get some good coastering done here. No, I'm making this too fat. Gotta make good use of the space that I have here, which is not tons. Is it even still going? I mean, I haven't seen the shadow image following me for some time. I hope that isn't too fast to take the... How could it possibly be too fast? I've forgotten where this thing's even meant to end by now. And I would quite like it to end by now. There we go. And I can't have brakes, unfortunately, so it's just gonna have to... Humpty humped its way to a gentle stop. And I've just sealed off the entrance and exit. It's terrible. So I gotta think how to slow it down from here. Assuming the entrance can fit there, it cannot. How do I get this thing slowing down here then? Or rather slowing down enough so that we can bring it to a gentle stop. Perhaps I should do thus. Feels like that gives me more to play with. Now, of course, get up there as fast as possible. Let's give you an entrance, an exit. The most exciting Virginia reel anyone's ever seen, hopefully, maybe. Odd that those don't rotate with me. Alright, I don't like having to build long or overly long Virginia reels, so do me a favor and be 8 excitement, 6 intensity, and 6 nausea. Excitement is probably a ridiculous notion. Good. Ooh. Hey now, that's redeemable. Oh, it's not long enough. What does it take? What does it take? Well, now 200 meters is what it takes. With a bit of luck, going over that other coaster will be enough excitement. Yeah, I think Freeport, you're right. The only nation fitting here is the Abomination. Can't imagine anything I added there being too much of a sharp turn for this. Excellent, that's fine. That is more than fine. Because, although it doesn't have quite the 7 excitement... Wait, where's our... Oh no! We don't have the dinosaurs. Oh well, next best thing. How you like that, abomination? A lot is the answer. I should be able to charge an arm and a leg for this thing. I'm thinking lots of money. Let's get it open. I can't afford the abomination. They also don't want to pay that much apparently, so let's narrow it down to 15. The loss I'm taking to get you guys this. Well, we finally have the first aid room. People have been vomiting around my park way too much. So let's finally let them let it out. I never noticed any first aid rooms when I was in the parks in Florida, but maybe that's part of their trick. Oh, that's no good. People don't go there. Another 45 minutes meters on the EU. I hope that's a joke. No. It was perfect. Is that 45 meters? How could it not be 45 meters? Let's just open the thing up. I want people paying for it. Okay, if that is working fine, and we have no reason to think that it would not, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 happy eligible coasters. 4 out of 6. 4 out of 10 rather. 6 to go. Why is nobody buying a ticket for the abomination? Yeah, not being able to afford it is a bit of a problem. Just leave if you don't have the money. They also, for some reason, don't feel like paying my very high prices. Maybe Virginia Reel just isn't a big dosh roller coaster. There we go. Wonderful. Just wonderful. I should start considering my Giga Coaster. Giga Coaster should easily be able to go up here and do everything I need to get all the excitement and length and everything else. Tricky part will be getting it back into itself. Oh, well, it's not like Dosh is a problem, and we don't have to have lots of guests, so let's just do it. High excitement is easy with Giga Coaster. I'm saying that in the hopes that I don't muck it all up. Boo. Okay, what do we do with Giga Coaster now that it's up here? I think the answer is to make it go up even more. After all, where's the excitement in a so-called Giga coaster if it's not the tallest thing we have? That's more like it. Now, first thing is we need a bunch of speed. And then once we have that bunch of speed, it's time to helix down the way just to get up some of that length. It doesn't do loops. Cable lift hill? Cable lift would probably get me up real fast. Okay, well, fair enough. I can maybe use that later. Nah, whatever. The opportunity has passed. Get our on-ride photo section. Ba-bang. Those not banked twists probably hurt, don't they? Well, that's for other people to worry about. Up to 42 might be okay. Also might not. Let's find out. Oh, it's not done at such a speed that people are really going to die. Now they take that helix at an abominably slow pace. Whole place can get out of my way. Actually, I think differently. Let's have it go inside. It probably has to go inside like so, right? Not looking for anything fancy here, I just want it to go in like that. Alright, it's back into itself. Well, I finally have the souvenir stall. That's good. Okay, now to just figure out how to get it back onto itself. I figured I'd have a great way of doing this, but now that I'm here, I don't. How tight can you do torque? Oh, you can do them very tight. The trouble is getting down and also being tight like that. Oh well, we'll just jam on the brakes and then I can just do this nice and easily. If we're going to be this far up, it would be as well making the most of it like so. There we go, looks good to me. Let's just get an entrance and exit and call it a day. Like I said, it's a giga coaster. It's always exciting. Unless I've managed to make the world's first unexciting giga coaster, but I highly doubt that. The lack of using the cable lift is a bit of a shame. I should have thought about that, but I didn't. It also only has one car, which is another crying shame. But oh well. Whee, whee, dup-de-dup-de-dup, and back they go. Looks easy, right? Oh, I think because I changed the lift speed during it, it decided to crap out. Let's not crap your glitch now. Wonderful, and that's not a worrying amount of negative vertical G's. Not for a Giga Coaster. Where does it get them, though? Easy. But yes, where does it get them? If it's right at the end... Okay, it's during that. Well, I'm not too worried about it. A bit of intensity is good for us. Gives us a good reason to charge ridiculous amounts of money for it and open her up for business. And with that, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coasters done to specification. Gets easier each time, doesn't it? Of course, we're not drowning in space here, but some coasters are using up far more space than they deserve. Away you go. Spiral Roller Coaster 1, we knew you well. Right, what's the next coaster though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Jings. Sounds nice, but really it's only halfway. And I still don't have an ATM. Well, we'll get the souvenir stalls down since they tend to make me dang good money. Sometimes I wonder if that's because they're selling the umbrellas during the washouts, but they consistently beat the information stands as well. I place those in prime umbrella locations, whereas these I tend to put next to the exciting rides that everybody surely wants a souvenir of. Unsatisfied at the lack of shops I have available here. How are the shops doing in terms of dosh too? I think the places I just put down aren't making money, or maybe that drink stall's been there for a long time and isn't making me the dosh. Disappointing, but it's hardly the amount of money that one should worry about. It's very hot, you'd think people would want a lot of drinks. Should keep an eye on my rides as well. If anybody's not making me a profit, that's something to worry about. Quantum Golf, of course. Vertical Drop and Giga. Giga I get, I just put you down, but I guess Vertical Drop Coaster's lost its sheen. Let's drop it down to 13 quid. They just can't afford it. Oh, I need that ATM pretty badly. But those that can afford it will surely have a good time on it. Unless there are also those thinking that it's not worth it. Too intense, can't afford. Ah, some are saying they won't pay that much. Alright, we'll drop you down. It's not like money's a problem here. Why would somebody yell caps lock in all caps in the chat? Madness. Alright, need to focus on these roller coasters. What do we have going for us now? Not keen on reverse roller coaster. I have a lot of choices here. Water coaster would be cool. The pre-build maxes out at 900. meters, which is still not enough. We'll make our own custom version. It'll be so much better, hopefully. I love Splash Mountain, but I'm probably going to have to do away with it. It's taking up valuable space around here. Let's try and do without getting rid of it just yet, though. I don't get the lengthy route I want out of this. And I said I'd leave Ghost Town alone. Couldn't I just say that was a lie? Especially this thing getting in the way. Well, something about more than one ways to skin cats. Let's try just having it higher up. I think we have boosters, right? Let's just boost this thing way out of the... way out of it. Whoosh! Oh, that is pathetic. It's not the most exciting thing, but I want you to go underground just a little bit. Broaden your horizons as a roller coaster. Splash. Give you a bit of a photo after you've gotten wet. Well, that's a nice initial start, but there's so much more that this coaster needs to do. I think the answer is boosters. I think the answer is usually boosters. How tight can you make a bend here? Just keep it boosting. In fact, I wonder if they can do corners like that without getting too hurt. It's not a particularly fast coaster. Well, I also don't want it going out too far here. Let's helix it up small, maybe? No? Only large. Either it doesn't do small or it's getting in the way of itself there. This is awful. This isn't the roller coaster I want to make, but I need length on this bad boy. Let's get boosting. Let's also worry about the lack of sound going on here. I need something out of you, Giga Coaster. I need Roman fanfare. Flash again. Okay, if I need length out of this guy, I'm probably going to have to helix it. And just looking at that, it's probably about half the length I need it to be, given the size that Giga Coaster is. But as long as it can make it up here, and boy is it trying hard to get up there. Should still be good for this. Chugga chugga chugga, makes his way along that. You up and at him here. That's potentially more like it. Good grief. Making roller coasters like this is exhausting. Okay, should be able to bring it back now. And it's at 7.5 meters it needs to be at, okay. Whew. I hope this isn't even a millimeter too short. For a water coaster, I know what you're thinking, there's not a lot of water in it. And you're right. Let's test it out, make sure it's good to go before we send people to their doom on it. Get out there. We have alternatives though. Okay, tell me how amazing you are, please. Wow, I made it way too long and way too boring. How could it be made more exciting, though? It's already the pinnacle of excitement. Maybe it gets an excitement boost from splashing into water. What else could be done to make it a bit more exciting? No, I'm all out of ideas. That should do, because what we will also do is slap down loads of garbage. It also went underground for a little bit, right? Which means I can give it the whole bump the head thing. Or I can try. Thump. The decapitator. Alright, you're worth at least a bit of dosh to me. Why would the water... Wait, what? No, why is the wooden roller coaster closed? Oh, it's broken down. Right, I thought I had closed it. Which would be a ridiculous notion. Still no ATM. Please research, I need it. I don't need pizza stalls. It's not quite exciting enough. And I don't have my beloved dinosaurs to throw at it either. That might help. Really? You're gonna be stuck on 3.4? Slap a path over the station. It's a bit cheap, but I think it would work. I think you can also put the path under the station. Could also potentially flatten some of this area out and put more garbage on it. Just know the rules of what you do. I also got some water here for a bit of a watery bonus. Oop, well, it's done now. You might question how it works. That's your mistake. It's going to be difficult to make more exciting. And jings, it gets the drops, it gets the splashes. It gets some nice bits like that. What else can be done? I think it's time for the dinosaurs. Yeah, I don't have the dinosaurs, that's the problem. That is really the problem, actually. Well, I think it's a pretty exciting coaster. Explosions are missing. Come now, this isn't Planet Coaster. I don't think a bit of path above the park, yeah, above the tracks is going to make all the difference, but it may make some. I think there's a bit for having it alongside the tracks themselves. .65. Man. Maybe the problem is it doesn't intersect with any other coaster. I mean, nothing else really flings next to it. I could have something do a loop-de-loop around it or near it. Or I could just generally make it more exciting. A bit of a problem is this, right? It's a whole load of nothing happening there. Alright, well, we'll try our hand at it. I need this thing to be more exciting regardless, so let's work on some excitement. It's a good opportunity to go next to Giga Coaster, actually. Let's have more splashing, good fun, because they apparently like that. Now I need to get down to about 6 meters and hit this thing back up. Uh-oh, uh-oh, I made that very hard to see where I need to be now. But I'm definitely not in the right space for it. I need to hit up that. Basically need to get myself there. No idea how tight that is or where it's meant to be. Where are you in relation to everything else here? Okay, you're out there. Alright, I think that works. Now, whether or not that actually makes it more exciting is yet to be seen. I'm glad the money is stabilized. Imagine if it wasn't. What a rough spot this would be. Are the yells a good indication of how exciting a part of a coaster is? No, the amount of Roman fanfare is. Okay, still plenty long enough, and would you look at that? I think playing around near the Giga Coaster made that extra bit of excitement possible. Nice. So with that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 done correctly. Time for the 7th. Where's my ATM, please? Wait, motorbikes are in development? That's all the shops and stalls. ATMs are not possible. Dang. Well, roller coasters and scenery, please. I need my dinosaurs. Hate to say it, Dodgems, but I think it's time for you to go. Same with you. I am almost certainly going to need this space. At least people are having a good time. They like my park. Except they're out of cash. Okay. Where to even start with my very limited space? Now I need to think about which coaster it's going to be. Which is most fitting for this. Behind the other four has a bit of space there, I think. Well, there's space here. There's also space if I kind of want to zigzag between these guys. And there's also a bit of space if I want to go over the Virginia wheel. Still, it's going to be tight. Maybe we want to double check you don't have a cash machine already. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh my days, how did that happen? Thanks for telling me to check though, I never would have thought. Granted, I never checked, did I? Right, now we can squeeze every last penny out of these guys. Make sure that they are fully topped up. Gotta give people every opportunity to splash that cash. There we go. I suspect the amount of dosh I have is going to skyrocket now that people can actually afford to run on my coasters. Of course, one should also make sure that everything is being profitable. Quantum Golf, the wooden wild mouse is not making a dosh. Why is that? I'm not paying that to go on it, okay? Well, to be fair, I demanded a lot of money from you. 13 should be fine. Alright. Still working on motorbikes for some reason. The tighter it is, the easier it gets for me. We already have vertical drop and water coaster. I don't have multi-dimensional, but yeah. Flying roller coaster sounds pretty good though. I don't need to make the stations that long. I love making them long, but they don't need to be. Ups and daisy you go. Hills are such a pain for this. Oh, except it's not the hill at all, it's the water coaster getting in the way. I'm going to try to thread it around here for a bit, just to make up some space. You can do helixes, we'll give it its on-ride photo section before I forget about it later. Now there's a good bit of space around here. If we use it well, and there's no guarantee we will. Alright, let's get ourselves up a bit more. And then, of course, we toilet bowl. Needs a lot of clearance to do that, sadly. It's not the greatest use of space I've ever seen for this. Oh yeah, this won't be exciting, will it? I keep going straight into these where they don't pick up a lot of speed, but actually it's at such an angle it should be okay. This is alright so far. I don't think it'll have much speed at this point, so I'm not worried about having these unbanked turns. Let's test that theory. I mean, I'm hoping that it's even going to be moving at this point. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Whoop, but it loses the speed. So these are nice and gentle. Lovely, although I've lost all manner of perspective by this point. And the water coaster's still in the way. Right, now we can get some nice speed going down. It won't half loop? Oh, I guess it half loops down, huh? Alright then, you're getting twisted, and then you're half looping. Oh, it doesn't like that either. I feel like with the lack of massive toilet bowls, this isn't going to be as exciting as I want it to be. Or as our people want it to be. Is it going down? I don't want it going further down. I want it to be straightening out and then curving right around here. It's almost certainly not long enough just looking at it here, but it'd be nice to know just how not long enough it is. Some brakes so we can nice and calmly bring it back to station. Doesn't work, does it? I said I'd keep the old town. I'm hardly going to count a fence as part of the town. Away you go. I already have this no entry area, so I wanted it matching up with the exit there. And we have you. Let's get it tested and see what happens. Wait, track is not complete. Oh. Yeah, I thought something was off. Or so I'll claim. Don't know how I expected that ride to go. The queue is behind the stop sign, Jake. No, it isn't. I'm not really convinced this is long enough. But it's a bit more exciting than some of the other rides. At least from what I look at it here. Right, what do we have here? Oh, we're not far off at all. Only needs another 80 or so meters. How about excitement-wise? Whew. James, I'm better at this than I thought. I already thought I was great. Alright, where can we squeeze just a bit more out of this thing? How much of the ride are they doing with the blood gushing to their head? Just the underground part, it's no biggie. Where to elongate? Probably the ending, so I got really not much going on here. There's still a little bit of speed coming out of that, I think, so let's just put it to use. And then lightly spiral it down. And then give it a bit of a twist. And then get rid of this piece of garbage. I guess it's no big deal if if it goes over these things, but I'll just tear down whatever I have to get my way. Okay, try it now. And with that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really? 7? Damn. I thought that was my 8th one that I was building just now. Rough. James is saying it's almost Chrome o'clock. Well, we're building roller coasters right now. Chrome's gonna have to wait. Right, fully functional. We open it up. We charge people an arm and a leg for it. And then we say, where do we even squeeze in the 8th one? Space is not plentiful. I'll tell you what, we'll close this down, get everybody out of it. Where did they all go? Coming to get you, guy. Keep moving. There we go. There is space to go and cafuddle around here if I started it out here, but the question is, what will it be? Not the steeplechase. Suspended swinging coaster. I feel like I've done good with this before. Oh, we just got stand-up roller coaster, which I think I never use. Spinning wild mouse. Have I already built a... Oh, we also have steel wild mouse. I feel like I had a design that worked for one of these before. I guess it was the wooden... the wooden wild mouse. Oh, but I already built a wild mouse, didn't I? I feel like I did. No, I didn't. And the wild mouse is very compact, so it should almost certainly be one of them. And I can build it over here, right atop this Indian burial ground. The question is, which is more exciting, the wooden, or the steel, or the spinning? Ah, no, this is what I built. And it's a wooden wild mouse. Aha, but I can do one of the other ones. To hell with space requirement. This thing barely needs space. It's all about its incredibly painful twists and turns. I've been on one of these, it's awful. It's truly awful. Feels a bit more awkward because it doesn't have the stands, makes me feel less inclined to go back into it. Yeah, it sounded like that as well. What a nightmarish noise. It takes that corner tremendously fast, doesn't it? Goodbye, Indians. Oh yeah, that's a neck snap right there. Abort, abort. Could have it less neck snappy by doing that, or we just don't have it pick up so much speed. seems kind of okay. I just don't know how I'm meant to make this thing too exciting, so I'm just having lots of ups and downs. I should call it life. Tight if I want to get between these, but I do want to get between these. Okay, not happening, you say. This is getting tricky. I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. We're only 6 meters off the ground. Ooh, wow, that's a tough one for you to get up. But get up you do. Now time for the old trick. Open RCT2 says Enzemo, it breaks my heart to see streamers play vanilla. So I only jumped into open. What is really lacking in vanilla? To my uninitiated self. Oh boy, look at the heart pounding speed they're going through this at. It's slowing down to a crawl at a certain point. We need to liven things up a bit. What an awful coaster. And that's not just because it's Virginia Reel. Not Virginia Reel, Wild Mouse. It's awful for a huge variety of reasons. Now, least of all, I don't know how anyone's going to get on the ride. Especially when I put this right next to the entrance there. Alright, I'll let you test yourself out whilst I try to figure out how anybody's meant to get on here. I guess the Indians can get in here. I think I've scunnered that one. Alright, they can get to it at least. Now, how do they get out? Also, would they want to go on this? Would anybody? Not with those lateral Gs, they won't. Oh, gee. Okay. Where are those lateral Gs? They're all at the end and shortly after the start. Might be able to fix that. This is the problem. There's too much speed happening there, so what I need to do is to kill some of that speed along here. Oh, I didn't check the length of it though. How was the length? Sorry, ATM, you gotta go. But where was the other pain? You were 217 meters too short. I don't want to hear that. Is it lateral or vertical? G's. Must be lateral. This thing doesn't go up or down that much. That bend wasn't too bad. Okay, it's whatever bend it just did. And I missed it. I wasn't looking at it. Oh, well, I see it. I definitely see it. Well, good opportunity to make up that that lack of length right now. That's not 200 meters. That's not 200 meters in any day of the week. Oh God, I've killed the Indians. It really did become an Indian burial ground. What a horribly boring ride. But it's long. The people demanded length, and I shall give them length. Is that where it needs to be? Or am I one off? Yeah, that's more like it. Good. Okay, that should have solved our problems. We'll be okay if it's maybe 6.5 excitement, but that's asking it. What? Where? Oh. Oh dear. Bump. Couldn't get over that, could it? Try again, will you? It's not nearly as fun when there aren't people riding on it, but it's enough to make you stop and go, oh, what? Nice, I saw that. We have Jurassic theming now. Okay, what now? It's not able to make it up that small hump. Alright, easily sorted though. That's right, just claim that everything is easily sorted. Maybe the bit after it could be chained up as well. Right, this time for sure. I'm also noticing I haven't saved this in forever, so let's make a new save for Ghost Town. Just in case, I don't know, everything crashes. Happened once before in Dungeon Keeper. Crashed right after I made that kind of remark and save. And boy was I feeling cocky. Will you be proming tonight? I have no reason to think I won't. Uh-oh. I see it, I see it. Don't know why I keep pausing. I haven't been pausing all this time. I would have been better off just giving up and building a new spinning wild mouse. Oh no! Where are the lateral G's this time? It's getting exciting though, so that's almost not a problem. All still at the very end here. That's a real bummer. I did everything I could to mitigate that I could think of, because I still need to get over this hump here. Unless I can go under it. Well, how about the length? Whew! That would have been a real bummer. Alright, well there's the question. Can I go under this thing? I can. Interesting. I'm not sure if that alone will be enough. It's just getting the speed out of it earlier. No, I should be more aggressive with getting the speed out. I should be... Oh no, if I get the speed out too early, it's not going to... Alright, we'll have to hope for that one then. This takes forever to test though. Down it comes, takes that one, and that's still just a bit too much there, but I don't, it might not be too much this time. No, it got even worse. The thought of a 1.2 kilometer hedge maze is amusing. It's a shame it only wants roller coasters. It is a damn shame. That tight bit right there. It's all that's killing me. Well, since we know that these kind of corners aren't so bad, why don't we just run off a bit of that speed? That's me hoping that that corner doesn't just become the same issue. There we go. The speed wasn't that bad. That should be able to take care of it. Phew. Getting tunnel vision on this one roller coaster. I still have 2 more to do if this one works. Look at it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Vertical drop exploded. Damn, Marvin called it. This, however, is looking good, so I can open you up for business. Hang on, did I ever manage to figure out how people get out of this? I don't think I did. You're not open just yet, then. Or can I even put that exit? Will it work over there? No, it won't. Could I see through paths, please? Well, correct me if I'm incorrect, but there's nothing saying that people actually have to survive getting off of this. So let's leave it be. That'll be the 10th one. And we just need to do 8 and 9. Okay, what happened here? I bet it can all be solved just by adding a bit more waiting time and reopening it. Good enough. This is not the last part mission. This is the 3rd last. So there are 2 more to follow it. Right, we have 8 done. 2 more remain to be done. Ugh. I have barely any space to squeeze it in. I am going to very regrettably have to terminate the splash boats and the go-karts because neither are roller coasters. Just to get a bit of space to do this. All the little people running around. I don't want to pick them all up. Hopefully they'll figure it out. I got a very crowded park here, though. And to think it's only about a third of the people that we had on the previous park. Goodness, that was a marathon. Is he walking on the fence there? I need to go to the toilet. Well, Figure it out. And you, I'm going to drop you in on quantum golf. Ah, damn. Right. Very limited space, lots to build. What are the best options we have for compactness, though? Hypercoaster. I don't think we've had a hypercoaster. Oh man, I could just use a pre-build for this and have it done, but let's not. Just lower the ground for the exit path. Is such a thing even possible? Hey, that makes a reasonable amount of sense. Well, that completely negates me being sneaky about it all. Unless it can be brought down further. You'd think an explosion killing loads of people in my park would affect it more negatively. Seems you'd be wrong. Yeah, no, wild mouse still counts as being in the way there. Then again, I could bring it down along here. Just bring the everything down and figure it out. Something about being stupid and working. Good lord, that path is grimmer than playing Monopoly alone. But it worked. Unlike playing Monopoly alone. Open for business. Right, back to the matter at hand. 2 roller coasters, 2,400 meters, 14 excitement. And hypercoaster sounds like the kind of thing that can get it done. Hypercoaster, I am quite certain, can go extremely tall, so we're going to use that. Well, the plan was to use that. I'm gonna need some... Oh, I've got the park with the best roller coasters. Mortality rate notwithstanding. Alright, up we go, crazy coaster. We'll just get a bit of initial speed, and I think there's still space to use around here, really. So let's put that to use. Helix down, large. And then we get lost trying to figure out where this thing even goes now. And then let's just see if we can't recklessly scream our way out of here. Yeah. Almost made it. You made it, Hypercoaster. I always believed in you. Let's have our on-ride photo section for surviving. And then we'll give it another down helix. Whee! What can this thing even do? Just helixes and speed? I have a feeling this won't be the most exciting coaster known to man. Get our brakes on right at the end and have one of my trademark boring endings. And that's all she ever needed. Except for more music. I'm thinking Jurassic. Alright, make it happen. Yes! I saw it. You saw it. It has to happen. James, that did not look like the most exciting ride. However, ooh, well, you know, when you're this good, it's just no problem. Thanks to the Jurassic theme, it all comes together. Whew! Right, one more to go, and we've just unlocked the most important coaster in the game, and we have to use it for the final one. I don't know where it's going to go. There is no space anywhere for anything. But the bobsleigh coaster will find its way. Riders career down a twisting track guided only by curvature and banking of a semi-regular track. None of the pre-builds even scrape on 7 excitement. But we're just going to have to do better than that. Again, no space at all. I guess you'll go here. There's plenty of space. I disagree, but okay. Up you go. This bobsleigh needs some space. Very dangerous to let this thing take large bits. It'll come straight off the tracks if it's going too fast in these. Please don't just build a rational thing and end it, says Tiger King. That's not how it works around here. Rational's a bit of a dirty word. Okay, you make the hump, and round you go, and oh my days, bobsleigh does not believe in speed. Yeesh. Oh, I'm also outside of the limits here. Let's get some real speed built up in this thing. I can't even see where it is, but the abomination is in the way. Yes, it is. That's going to be way too slow. It needs a bit of speed first. I worry greatly about what's happening to this bobsleigh. I want a helix down, but I'm not sure I've really got the space for that. Can we helix up, perhaps? With all this incredible speed? No, the bobsleigh coaster itself gets in the way there. Come on, bobsleigh, we have to see the world here. You've got a lot to live for. It's trying to tell me that there's not enough space. This is some real boss music for building a bobsleigh coaster. It feels good. It feels right. There you go. I can't really see much anymore, but that's not what's important. I've gone most of my life not being able to see much. Come on, game, tell me just how amazing is this bobsleigh coaster? The abomination is breaking down in tears now that it knows that it's just not worthy. Where did that even happen? Was it here? Yeah, it's pretty good. Got right to the end. But that's okay, that's an easy fix. I just need this thing to come out a little bit more. Like 2 bits more. And it can have a straight run towards the ending there. Classic boring ending. What? An exploding mess of death. Whee! Oh, now that is a terrific bobsleigh coaster. That is, of course, plenty enough to win. All we need are, of course, a few dinosaurs to improve the state of everything. And we have a bobsleigh for the ages. I'll just have you properly opened up. And I think you'll find that's game, set, and match. Hired by a large amusement park chain, your task was to build a giant roller coaster park in an abandoned mining town. And the mining town still exists. I did not destroy it. I may have turned the Indian place into an Indian burial ground, but that's a different matter entirely. 10 roller coasters, each of them 1.2 kilometers long, every single one of them, even the bobsleigh, 7 excitement. Well, I'll be damned, the madman effing did it. Hey, come on now. The bobsleigh is incredibly underrated. I don't know why people keep harping on against it, but it's very easy to get good excitement on the bobsleigh. And the idea that you have to worry about people flying off is just fiddlesticks, really. As long as you don't crest at extreme speeds, you couldn't be safer. And these aren't extreme speeds, it's just little Humpty Humps. And you can have it way above everything else. It's a fantastic coaster. I didn't name it, I was going to name the thing in honor of them. Can I name it again, please? Ah, I can. Sweet. There we go, the Bobslayer. Nice, and we turn a healthy profit every month, of course. Yeah, that looks about right. Swell. Okay, that was pretty damn good. Ghost Town complete. We have only 2 scenarios left to do, and then I'm going to be putting a fork in this open RC-T2 long play. It's Lucky Lake and it's Rainbow Summit. I'm not even going to look at what they are. It'll be a nice surprise when we get to them. But that'll be done tomorrow. And when we do it, I'm going to be putting up a poll for what the next long play will be, because I like to do it at the conclusion of the one that just passed. We're running overtime for Prome, and I desperately need some dinner, so that's probably going to be a wee bit late. Well, that is my problem. And I suppose your problem if you want to watch it. I'll suss that out. But for me, for now, I gotta put this down, put some dinner in me. So until I'm back later, it's cheers and cheerio.